When you guys tell me that I'm overreacting, let me paint this picture for you, right? It's October 9th, 2025 in the United States of America. The Trump administration has only been in power since January. One of the first things they did in way of executive order was stop all funding to the Department of Education in the United States of America. So your tax dollars no longer go to funding your children's education. Instead, they go to funding Israel's children's education and giving billionaires tax breaks, okay? A liberal talking point in the United States is that children should get free lunches. Everywhere else in the world, when kids go to school, they eat breakfast and lunch for free, but here, that's controversial. So on top of your children being propagated and indoctrinated with a crappy United States education, they refuse to feed them. There's been 281 calendar days this year, 180 of which have been school days. So school has been in session 180 days this year. Thus far, we've had 174 school shootings in the United States, which means almost every single day your child goes to school, they run a risk, however small it may be, to be a victim of a school shooting. You can't send your children to school to receive a proper education. You can't guarantee them feeding them, and you can't even be sure that your children will come home from school alive. Okay? Now, in Chicago, Illinois, there were 2 women dropping their children off at school today. They had legal documentation that they are in the United States legally. They are not undocumented illegal immigrants. They are legally in the United States of America. They are dropping their children off to school, no matter how much you may not want to, because in the United States, it requires 3 to 4 incomes per household to keep a roof over your head and food on your table, even though the current administration promised they would slash inflation so fast your head would spin on day one. In fact, inflation has increased tenfold, specifically due to the tariffs the current administration has put in place. So it's an absolute necessity that you drop your children off to school, even though you know they won't educate them, feed them, or guarantee they'll come home alive. Well, they're dropping their children off because the Supreme Court passed legislation stating that racial profiling is now legal for ICE agents. Instead of ICE escorting them to the side, or at least wait until they're out of the drop-off line, they walk up to a brown woman's vehicles, smash out her windows, drag her out of the car, force her to the ground, handcuff her, and kidnap her in broad fucking daylight. Not only in front of her children, but in front of the entire school that her child attends. Children running off in terror screaming, "It's ICE," while 2 mothers are brutalized by ICE. 2 mothers here legally. We can't even send our children to school without worrying about them getting shot. Now you can't even drop your children off at school without worrying about getting kidnapped by fucking ICE for being brown.